She's ready to go.
We're off to a great start.
We should just throw everyone off by like starting this way.
Okay.
One, two, three. Thanks everybody for joining us. Happy Wednesday. I can't believe it's August already, but the temp outside does not lie. This is our summer town hall. I've lost track of how many we've had at this point. I think we're up over 10, maybe in the teens number of town halls. We do this every quarter. This is a great opportunity for FoodSocial creators and brands to get together. We can talk about what we've been working on, what we have coming up, current happenings, and it's just a great way for us to get together and align ourselves with what's going on. Trying to get our screen share up here right now. Cool. Is everybody able to see it? Cool. We're trying this. We've actually never done slides for a town hall before. Wanted to make sure that we had, this is a good way for us to make sure we get through material a little bit more quickly. But I want to make sure that we continue to have the same call atmosphere that we always have on town halls, which is, if you have something you want to share in the chat, please do it. I also want to make sure that we get through this with plenty of time for Q&A. There's tons to talk about. So if you've never been on one of these before, we do these every quarter. And I love starting talking about just what FoodSocial is all about. I'm not going to read the slide, but this was built out of something that we as creators and brands saw coming for quite some time, probably 10 years ago, where connection to one another, sense of community, being able to reach our audience and our customer base was becoming more and more difficult on the big social platforms, and it's more difficult than ever. So we're about building a community first platform around food and food products. And community is probably one of the most important words in all of this, where yes, we build amazing tech where creators can share thousands of recipes on the platform. We're closing in rapidly on 10,000 recipes. And brands' amazing products can be shopped directly through those recipes. Of course, what we've built has expanded over time. And it's meetings like these where we all get together and talk about what's important, what we see in the environment, where we can continually realign what we're doing to fill the needs of what we're all trying to do, which is reach our audience of home cooks and shoppers. So we've been building this great ecosystem with sustainable monetization for creators, profitable growth for food brands. It's a bit of a idealized thing that we're continually chasing and optimizing towards, and so that's part of the purpose today, is how we're all working on that together. So just a few quick operational stats as we get going here. We're at just over 9,700 recipes on the platform. We've had an increase of over 2,600 this year. We've made some improvements to our recipe importer for creators to utilize, and we've seen an acceleration of creators bringing in their recipes over the last couple months. We're at 516 creators and brands as a community, and that's a 200% growth year over year. So the growth has been increasing, especially on the brand side over the last year. We're reaching 1.2 million recipe consumers so far this year. We're gonna end the year probably between 2.5 and 3 million consumers. That's a growth of over 100% year over year. We have 16 new featured creators this quarter, and another 70 creators in that pipeline. And we'll talk about why we've seen such a nice increase there. And we have 168 brands right now with 4,100 products. That's our total number. We've seen quite a few join in the last quarter or two. Yeah, so shout out to all the new featured creators. There is a pretty long list. I don't have it in front of me right now. And same with brands too. Everyone from emerging brands who are in year one all the way up to brands that you probably already know and love that are in your pantries. and some brands that you should know and love. And being a creator on FoodSocial will help you discover those brands. So here's just a look at what we're going to go through today. What happened? What's going to happen? And then everybody has a chance to ask questions. And we're just lumping in the current happenings with what's going to happen. So first, let's start with what happened back in Q2. Allie and Tony and I went to the Fancy Food Show in New York City. This is always a great start to summer show for us. It's easy for the three of us to get there because we're all East Coasters, or at least all of us were at the time. And we love going to this show. This is on the loop here is a reel that I made, not just enjoying Hudson Yard and the city, but also going to the show. You'll see Morgan from Namaste Hungry in that video. And this, if you haven't ever been to this show, it's got great energy. It's got sort of New York energy to it, which I love. Get to sample all sorts of fun products, and we did meet with brands. Not just the brands that are in our community, but over 100 brands that we're hoping to bring into our community too. But notably, we saw Otto's Cassava Flour, Otto's Naturals, Sun Ghee, Big Mama's, Partners Coffee, Panachisa, Mama Lil's, Pashi. There are so many others. I could probably fill the slide with those here. And yes, Matt, we missed you being there. We were off by one day. Very, very sorry to see you there. That's your home turf. And now I'll pass it off to Allie, who's going to talk about some of the campaigns that we did in Q2.
Hello. So yeah, since our last town hall, we've actually wrapped two really exciting multi-brand campaigns with more on the way. But if you are newer to FoodSocial and you're not familiar with what these campaigns offer, they're just really such a special part of what we do. And they are a chance for brands to show up in a meaningful way. And they really just bring out the magic of our community. So first up was we were in the midst of this during our last town hall, but since our last town hall, it is wrapped. That was our Spring into Flavor campaign, which was a lot of fun. So huge thank you to US Wellness Meats and Profanity Jam again for sponsoring that. We had a blast. There were 68 new recipes created from that campaign. We saw about 220 pieces of UGC created from that, and an estimated 288,000 impressions from all of the content, the recipes, and all of that was created as part of that campaign. We also saw a lot of success with emails coming out of that campaign with great open rates, about a 2.5 times sales lift for the engaged brands that participated there. And that's all thanks to like live shopping and new recipes created and just general involvement from our creator and brand community. So those are always a lot of fun to do. And if you missed the winners since that happened, huge congrats to Reed and Jesse. Reed won for the creator favorite recipe as part of that campaign. He created a pineapple habanero cocktail. If I'm saying that correctly, I think I have that combo right. And then Jesse also won for curating the favorite menu for the Spring into Flavor campaign as well. So huge congrats to both of them, and a huge thank you to those participating brands.
And let me just interject about the brands because it was really unique. We had Profanity Jams, who's only a year old in being a brand officially. US Wellness is what, Bill, 25 years old, maybe closer to 30?
Yeah, something like that, 25.
Yeah. And so we love that. Two different completely brands in terms of age, but successful regardless. And we had a really great time. I think it was such a fun, just the way we all got to participate and support each other and create these baskets with other creators and brands. It was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
And then our next campaign, since we've wrapped that one, was our Grillin' and Chillin' campaign. And that brought back brands who have seen a lot of success with our other campaigns. As you can see here, we had 3 brands participating, and all of those brands have participated in prior campaigns. This was US Wellness Meat's 3rd campaign this year, Bare Bones' 2nd campaign this year, and Primal Palate's 2nd campaign this year. So you can really see that brands that are participating in these, they love them, they want to continue to participate because they're so much fun to engage with our community. They get great recipes out of it and just a lot of brand awareness and brand visibility. So thank you to all 3 of these brands for participating in the Grillin' and Chillin' campaign. And for this one, we had 70 new recipes from 38 creators as part of this campaign. So it was a lot of fun to see creators submitting more than one recipe, getting excited about the products that they're using. And really, the goal of all of these campaigns is, of course, to lift up the brand, but to really build that connection between creators and brands and have creators discover their new favorite brand through these campaigns as well. So with this campaign, for the first time, we had one creator sweep both winning titles. Huge congrats to Maria at Stillwood Kitchen. She won for her gluten-free blueberry peach cobbler recipe that was voted by the creator community. And then she also won the favorite curated gift basket for a summer host. So huge congrats again to Maria. And thank you so much to our continuously involved brand partners. We're so excited to continue working with you and look forward to all of the fun to come for more campaigns coming up soon. I'll pass it over to Michelle.
Okay. I didn't know if Bill was going to go or should I go? You tell me. I'll just go. How's that?
Go for it.
Okay. Also, this last quarter, we had kind of a unique product launch, if you will, and unique because it involved a creator, being myself. So it's a little hard for me to just talk about myself, but also Nana Joe's Granola, who's been on our platform for many years. I had the opportunity to work with Michelle, also another Michelle, of Nana Joe's, and we worked together on creating a waffle cone granola. And Michelle took one of my paleo waffle cone recipe and turned it into granola, and she's like a granola goddess because she made this granola taste just like a waffle cone. But it ended up being really phenomenal on our market. It might still be the number one product sale on our market. I'm not sure, Bill. Maybe you can confirm that, or Tony. But Nana Joe's in general had a 5.5 time lift in our market and on our platform. And so for that, huge success. Michelle, we did a live event. You can see on the little graphic, Alex, one of our other creators on the platform, she kind of did a little mini interview session with Michelle and I, and had a live shopping event that coordinated with it. And just really, as a creator, the support behind this kind of launch, and obviously with Nana Joe's granola, just super excited to be able to participate in it. It was a lot of fun. So we look forward to helping other brands with the product launch. It was just fun. It was we took a lot of feedback from what we wanted to have happen. And so I thought it was a fun success. I can't say that without blushing a little bit, but so.
I think everyone discovered that that was just an incredible product, and that was the most fun part, I think, for me at least, was
Yeah.
people wanted to try it because of you and Nana Joe's, and then we got
Yeah.
so many repeat orders because it's such a good product. So
Yeah, and it might be around for longer than limited. So we're hoping that that is the case. I just talked to Michelle last week, and she said it might be around a little longer in terms of its limited edition. So I'll keep you posted, but I would love it. So
love that. Well, congratulations. That was an amazing launch, and it also provided a really interesting prototype for us to do that with other
right.
brands too. So
Yeah, it was a fun learning experience. We got some really good data and discovery around what's possible and what we can make happen. And I think with the market and the recipe platform is just this really fun synergy. So thank you to everyone that obviously supported it. So
well, it's delicious. It's easy to support. Next, we're going to have Cole talk about some of the product updates that we've been doing over the last quarter. He's been working pretty closely with all of these, so who better to present it than Cole?
Great. Thanks, Bill. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you if I haven't met you. But yeah, I'll talk through a couple of these really exciting product updates. The first one is going to be about the chat on FoodSocial. This is something that we've been talking about for a long time, really since coming up with the idea for FoodSocial, and we're finally testing it out. Right now, it's a very lightweight test, just with a few select creators and brands. And we're going to be continuing improving that constantly. But the bigger vision for that is for it to be a vehicle for broader social interaction between creators, brands and home cooks. We think that there's just so much potential with interactions between someone who wants to cook a recipe and the person who created it and the brands who might have made the products that are used in it. So that's a really important uh, feature for this. Another update is that we have moved over to a platform called Klaviyo for our email list, as well as several more things. The really powerful thing about Klaviyo is that it's integrated with Shopify, which is what we use for our market, of course. And so we are going to have very cool personalized emails going out to people who shop. Say that you buy some peanut butter, you might be getting an email with recipes from our community containing peanut butter. And it's a big project for over 4,000 products in our market, but this is the kind of thing that makes it possible. So, um, yeah, we're really excited about that. And then the last product update that I'll be covering is just about our multi-channel like product sales. We have three main channels, which is our market, just shop.foodsocial.io. And then we also have been leaning into the Shop app, which is Shopify's marketplace app. And that's a really exciting sales channel. And we see lots of activity on there. We have a really beautiful storefront on there. And as a marketplace with so many different products from so many different brands, Shop really loves all the different updates, the new products being added constantly, the new collections, and it's something that is kind of just the perfect fit for us. So yeah, we've seen a lot of exciting progress with Shop. And lastly, we added Instacart to our recipes as another means of home cooks being able to get their hands on the products in our recipes as quickly as possible. So yeah, we're really focusing on continuing to make it as easy as possible for somebody looking at a recipe to get those ingredients into their hands. Yeah, I think on the next slide.
I was going to say I couldn't find the unmute button, but the Instacart thing to me is kind of interesting, right? Because the home cook, there's different sort of mindsets around the home cook where they might want to make a recipe like right now they want to try a cool product and it's okay if it comes in a few days. So Instacart really helps us fill the needs of the consumer who maybe needs produce, maybe needs it today. It also supports brands that have an omni-channel presence as well too. So it was a nice expansion of how we're allowing folks to shop through the platform. So
yeah, absolutely. And then yeah, Bill, maybe this is one that you can speak to more, but yeah, like I said, our marketplace is just perfect for Shopify and what they're trying to achieve. And they definitely have been recognizing that in different ways.
yeah, we've been working closely with Shopify, specifically the group that's responsible for collective. So all you brands, you've been invited through their collective technology, so you're at least familiar in some part. We recently crossed the 150 brand threshold for them, which seems to be a little bit of a magic number. For us, it allows us to curate really incredible collections of products on the market. But Shopify and the collective group have been really impressed with how FoodSocial has grown over the last year. That's all happened in the last 12 months for us. So we've become a very strong user of that tech. And they wanted to feature us in their app store with a little quote. So that's what this screen capture is. If you're in the Shopify app store and you look at programs that they have for drop shipping, collective is one of those options. And we have a little note there. So that's what that is. Okay, let's stop the share right now and take our thumbnail picture. If everybody has sunglasses or a hat, I'm gonna stop the share. I'll give everybody a second if you have a hat. I've got a super silly hat that I use to keep the sun off my face. And I'm gonna fire up a screen capture. You don't have to have one. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's a great hat, Homero. Here we go. People are turning on. Taylor, great sunglasses. Ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'll do, and then we can also grab a screen cap from the video too, but. Oh wait, I almost put those back on. I guess I could keep presenting with sunglasses on, but I don't have to. Okay, let's move into creator news. Is this me that's supposed to be presenting this, or is it someone else? Does anyone remember?
Uh, go ahead. I
All
don't
right,
know.
I'll roll with it, and you all can
We're just, yeah,
interrupt and interject. So first of all, just a huge congrats to the creators who have crossed substantial recipe milestones over the past quarter. Of course, we celebrate all milestones, but it just so happened we had 3 creators who crossed 200 recipes. We had Holly's Best Life, Marissa's Whole Life, and Erica Tangeman. Big congrats. And then Michelle, you crossed the 400 recipe threshold recently.
did.
Why don't I know that 400th recipe was a special one. Do you want to just tell us quickly about what that was like for you?
Sure. Yeah. So I'll try not to get emotional, but
Sorry.
many of my meals and recipes are remakes of either my mom's, who I lost about 12 years ago, or my husband's mom, who we lost almost 20 years ago. And so I really lean into family remakes and elevating them with better for you ingredients, etc. And so this one that I shared, it's just an open face burrito, which is it's just what my mom called it. It's not really a burrito, obviously it's not rolled, but it's a way that my mom used leftovers to try and feed a family of 5 kids, and that she pulled off. What she did was amazing. But this was just a fun, speedy way to share or to use up leftovers and still feed the kids. And it comes together quickly, and it's just one of those comfort food meals for me that I can taste it and I'm transported back. I won't say how many decades, but a lot of decades back to like high school and stuff. So, anyways, so that's it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Also, other creator news, Althea Brown, one of our fabulous creators, was nominated for the very prestigious James Beard Award.
Yeah.
She was a Media Award nominee.
Yeah.
And Althea has been just like crushing it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. For those that don't know, maybe I'll just share. She is from Guyana. So she leans into Guyanese and Caribbean cooking, with remakes, either gluten-free and or otherwise. But the nod that she got for this, she didn't win, she didn't care, but just to be recognized for her efforts in bringing in that food that's so culturally important to her and her family. And Guyana is just, it meant a lot to her. And she's going places, and so we congratulate her on so many levels. And she is such a lovely human being too. Allie and I had the chance to have dinner with her last year at a show. We were in Denver at Newtopia. We had a little dinner time for creators and brands that were there, and so we got the pleasure of sitting down and enjoying a meal with her, and it was a lot of fun. So she is just one of those humans. Like, she seems like untouchable, but she's a mom and a mother, auntie, wife. She's just a normal person that loves food, and especially her Guyanese heritage.
yeah. And I saw in looking for a great picture for this slide, I saw that she is leading a dinner in New York City in September.
Yeah.
It's already
Yeah.
waitlisted, but you can join the wait list if you'd like to go. So if you need the link to that, just send me a message and I'll try and find it for you. But that could be a really neat one to go to. Also, we had creator-led workshops during this quarter. Katie Stymiest from Cake by Katie led a cake decorating class, and Reed also led a Pinterest class. Reed, do you want to add anything about the Pinterest class that you led since you're here?
Nope, just it's
Just
a it's an ever evolving platform, and it's a great way to whether you're a brand or a creator, it's a great way to leverage and drive traffic to your food social recipes, to your products and everything else. But like all social, it is on the move.
Yeah. Both replays are on the Food Social YouTube channel. You can see that that's a thumbnail. So you can just look up YouTube on Food Social and check those out. I would strongly encourage it. They're both recent from the last month. Allie was the May featured chef for US Wellness Meats. Allie, anything you want to add about that?
Not really, but I do want to say thank you to US Wellness Meats. They're an incredible brand and so engaged with our community and really amazing to work with. So if you haven't had a chance to try any of their products, absolutely recommend. And I'm really grateful to have them as part of Food Social.
Yeah.
Love that. Kayla Capiello had a baby, Fletcher, recently. I guess that was 10 weeks ago at this point, but that was another community happening. And then Reed was on the Eat Blog Talk podcast. Reed, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Eat Blog Talk is a very popular food blogger podcast, and they have episodes every week talking about issues plaguing our creator community and food blogger community. And I went on to be a guest for a fun episode just talking about how I found my community as a solopreneur through the Food Social Network. And it reached tons of creators who have since joined the platform. You can kind of see that spike there. We had a 3 times bump in creator signups as a result of that podcast and the promotions that they did around that. So I'm really happy that that we were heard, and we got to spread the good word about Food Social and the value that we have as a platform for creators.
This was one of the big reasons that we have so many creators who join in the quarter. So the word of mouth, going out and telling your friends about Food Social, that's really important and valuable. And if we're doing a great job of building a home for creators and brands here, we hope that you'll tell your friends to come and join us. So thanks, Reed, for doing that. That was very, very appreciated. Okay, so that's what happened in the quarter. Here's what is going to happen. If we had the crystal ball emoji here for some of these, it would be very appropriate. But this one we don't need the crystal ball for. Allie or Michelle, would either of you like to talk about the Appleverse Pumpkin campaign that is just about to kick off?
Either one.
Either one.
Well, this is just a lot of fun because it is almost, I'm not going to say it's fall yet because I will wait and enjoy the long summer days as long as I can. But when fall time comes and baking up, all the lattes start either being pumpkin spice or apple everything. And so our community loves to battle it out in a kind way. But we have a recipe contest, see how many pumpkin recipes or apple recipes can be created. Last year, pumpkin won. But between Matt and I, we will make sure apple wins this year. So it's just a lot of fun. We have 3 amazing brands joining us. You can see a new brand, Argelos Olive Oil. I think he's still on here if you want to chime in. Maisley, who is a corn milk. They launched in Europe with huge success. They are launching here in the US. So happy to have them a part of it. They have an original corn milk and a chocolate flavor. They're both delicious. And then Primal Palette is joining us. So I think your apple pie spice, pumpkin pie spice is joining in the mix. Yes. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah. So anyways, but yeah, we've had questions about what if a recipe has both? Great. It'll count in both categories.
Yeah.
So
And
it's a
we
lot
should
of
have like a combined winner too, right? Like somebody who makes the best apple pumpkin mashup. I feel like they should get a special.
yeah. 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 So it's just really popular. Creators, we're also passionate about food and especially this. We just know this is a pretty hot topic all across any social channels. People are very like either one team or the other, but so.
Yeah. And like Tony said in the chat, there's still room for a couple more brands to join.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're
I would-
just putting the final stuff details on it in the coming weeks. So yeah, hit us up.
Trying to get products out to creators around middle of the month. We have a whole timeline and page set up, so if you need information, reach out to Michelle or Allie or myself. We can get you information on that.
Happy to.
Love to have more brands involved because creators just want to try all the fun stuff. So
Yes. Yeah.
good for everyone.
Yep.
And then this is a view at what is coming up for other campaigns and events. Anyone want to talk about this one?
Yeah, I can take it. So with Apple and Pumpkin coming up soon, after that, we're just vibing along with the themes for the rest of the year. So September will be Hostess with the Mostest. So think like charcuterie boards, easy hosting ideas, fun get together types of bites. And then October, we will have a Bake It Till You Make It, all things baking, because it's perfect timing with weather getting a little bit cooler and going into the holiday season. And then Big Nights, Small Bites in November is really just holiday focused, small appetizers, things that are easy to like pass along for a crowd. These are all like very early ideas, of course. So if any of the brands want to participate in any way, we can shape them to be a little bit more specific or something that feels really right and exciting to you. So just some early ideas there. And then going into January, we will be hosting our third Recipe Rumble, which is so crazy to think about. That is a creator and brand favorite. That's in time with the Super Bowl, but we can't call it that. So we're calling it Recipe Rumble on theme with all things food. And then in March, we will plan to bring back our Spring into Flavor campaign, which was a huge hit with our creators and brands this year again. So a lot of fun to come. We have a lot of great campaigns. We can also do something a little bit more specific to you if that sounds good, but excited to bring the community together in all different ways. And these campaigns are always so fun.
Another thing that happened in Q2, mostly in Q2, and is being increased going into the rest of the year, live streams, they're coming in hot. We've been doing a Friday Fave show, myself, Allie, and Michelle, most weeks. We've been asking if creators and brands want to be a part of these, and we've heard an overwhelming yes. These are bite-sized shows, so 10, 15, 20 minutes tops. We run these currently off of Stage 10's platform, which allows us to stream this concurrently to Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, which is great for brands, as well as Shopify and the Shop app. And so we're able to get these shows out there. It also allows us an opportunity to, the goals here would be to incorporate and elevate our community first and foremost, so creators and brands, and maybe even some home cooks. By leveraging the network of getting those out there, being able to grow our overall audience, and then of course drive some more sales for brands and the products in our marketplace too. Our Friday Fave show is a great prototype for that. So being able to do these on a more daily basis will be beneficial. Michelle, were you going to add something?
If anyone let us know. Like if you want to be on, I just moving forward, we're going to be doing more, and I think having people join us would be a lot of fun. They're really casual. They are live, but it's nothing to be nervous about. It's really, it's an easy lift because we're just talking about food. So we're all very comfortable talking about food. So but I think since it streams on the Shop app, it encourages some behavior for shopping there. It streams on our market. And so often we'll have a special code for people that are watching so they can shop right then and have a discount. So many levers we're learning. And the collective, I just think in the last year alone, Shopify has done such a great job of listening to what people want, and they've implemented new things. We've seen things changing almost within a couple of weeks' time, just new things coming up. And we're here to be the darling of that. I think that we want to lead out and take advantage of all these fun things because it's right in line with our growth. And I just think it's an exciting time. So come hop on with us and have fun.
And And chat, we see you. If you want to be on one of these shows, let us know. We'll get you on. There's
Yeah.
going to be plenty to go around. So
Yeah.
some of you
Yeah.
are going to ask you to come on more than once. All right. Where are we going? That's the big question. One of the things that we've been talking about and has occupied a lot of bandwidth this year has been fundraising for FoodSocial. It's been for me personally, and Tony's been a big part of this as well too. We've been working on this for quite some time. The thing that we've been hearing over and over again this year is that as a brand that is profitable, it's much more attractive as an investment opportunity. And so we have been focused on getting the path to sustainable profitability. The goal is to get there by the end of the year. And we are on a great path for that, which is nice. It's good to share some good news there. Importantly, we're coming up on a period where revenue growth is exceeding the expenses. We've already made some changes earlier this year. We're seeing strong growth with our marketplace sales. We're seeing strong growth with brands wanting to participate in these campaigns. And the goal, right? The goal is actually not to have to fundraise. Fundraising is a means to an end. By getting to profitability, we control our own destiny. And so that really has been a strong focus this year. I could spend more than an hour of this call talking about that, but I won't. And so the handshake emoji there is important because making a sustainable a path to sustainability is hand in hand with creator monetization too. We want to pay the creators the most that we can while still being profitable. And so one of the places that we're going and exploring here is how we can provide further monetization opportunities for creators. I believe that we've presented this before. We are moving into a phase where we're going to be able to start prototyping some of these things too. The top three are things that are already providing creator monetization: the product sales, the brand subscriptions, and the brand activations. The bottom three are more in that genre of Patreon, Substack type things where you're having a direct monetization with your followers. This could be courses, it could be gated content, premium content, videos, live streams, those sorts of things. I believe I've said it before, but I'll say it again. If you want to be a part of that group that's prototyping and weighing in on those things, we would love to have you be a part of that. We are moving forward with some explorations, I'll say, this month. So there are things coming. There will be plenty more to share at the next town hall on that. And another area that helps get us to this path to sustainability is deploying this multi-channel strategy for commerce. And so our platform launched the market a year ago. So we've expanded our logo to be recipes and market. As Cole talked about, we're leveraging the shop channel to get consumers, specifically a commerce audience, to see FoodSocial, and we have a ton of people seeing FoodSocial products, recipe related content on there, and there are potentials for us to work even more closely with shop as we move into Q3. We're of course leveraging Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube as viable channels for growing our network, for syndicating our live shows, for encouraging shopping. We've incorporated the Instacart shopping on recipes, and of course, our marketplace is running on Shopify. So having a strategy that looks at FoodSocial not just as a platform and like a walled garden, but also as the central hub or the center of the solar system where there's all kinds of opportunities in other ecosystems for us to bring in an audience of consumers that drive us towards profitability. These are things that are very important for the second half of the year for us. Anyone on the team or group want to add something on these? No pressure, but a lot of our initiatives are surrounding this. And so I actually nailed the timing that I was hoping we were going to go for.
We
So
did. We did it. We did.
40 minutes right on the dot.
Yeah.
So I I know that in town halls past, we've run right up to the top of the hour, and that's not fair to anybody because there's so much to talk about and explore. And so I would love to now stop the screen share and open up the floor for anybody to comment on the things that we're showing, whether it's things that we did, why we're doing things a certain way, things that we can build to make this platform and ecosystem better. Love to have your feedback on these because this is what's truly important to us is building this together. You can put on your sunglasses if it helps with the vibes.
I mean, for me personally, the live streams, the Substack, and are the two things that I think are at the cutting edge and delivering. I mean, I've been on Substack anonymously because I'm talking about SEX, but my favorite topic. But it literally is growing in the female population, and Pasha's aggressively going to go after that market. I think that there's a lot to be had there, and you guys would kind of be the first there. I mean, that's how we feel as a chocolate company. Like, there's nobody really in the chocolate world looking at Substack, and I've been on it for about 7 months. And I also think Klaviyo is great, and I think if you can tackle the back end flows with Klaviyo, we send we have about 80 emails in our back end. That's where the real money can be made. That's sort of what I do, and love to do the best. And then the live streams, I look at Instagram as QVC or home shopping. That's really what it should become. And I think you guys can do that, it's great. Not that I don't love the collaborations, the activations. I love all that outside of it. But I think, Substack being a next step in Patreon for the creators is really where it's at, especially not to talk politics, but in America, I don't know about you, but my coffee's double the price that it was a while ago. So if we can engage our bakers and our creators and our home cooks and give them a richer experience, I think it's going to go a long way direct to consumer because it's a challenge right now. I mean, groceries are high and getting higher. I mean, 38% tariff on Switzerland. Like, we have a brand that comes from Switzerland. Like, that is last year.
I thought about you guys when I saw that, V. That's just a suck. That just sucks right in your gut.
I mean, last year we had, our raw material increase, and the only thing that really matters is our direct to consumer business is strong.
Yeah.
It's strong because of these types of things. Like, we don't depend on retailers. We have a huge email list, and so I think all the stuff that you're doing is what's going to resonate, especially in these times in America when groceries and money is tight.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I'm excited. I mean, we've been around since the beginning. So I'm just jazzed with this. Like, I begged Courtney, I'm like, can I go? Please let me go. So I think you guys are doing all the right stuff for sure. That's my story input.
Is anyone else seeing from the brand side, seeing pressure from tariffs or other sort of economic forces that are, I'm guessing it's a yes almost universally, but I'm curious to hear what other experiences are in that area.
Yes, I think we can potentially face issues with tariffs. I was lucky to import.
It's FoodSocial. It's a company that we help.
Go ahead.
So,
Continue.
yeah, I was lucky to import my products before like earlier this year, but now we still have 15%, the European Union. So next harvest is in November. So fingers crossed by then they strike a better deal. Otherwise, I have to be, I don't know, creative with prices and at the same time, meet the customers' needs. there's a fine balance. You cannot just increase your prices by 20%. There's also competition. So
Sure. Yeah, for the brand that I'm a part of, we feel that too. It's, you try and get creative and figure out where you can trim that's not compromising quality. Thank you. I think, growing together, sharing knowledge with each other is like one of the strengths that Food Social really offers in a time like this. Creators sharing, yes, cake decorating techniques and Pinterest, but also something that would be great to lean into in the second half of this year is really making a viable forum for brands to share these types of things with one another, because I think it's really important. And being a smaller emerging brand can be a little bit isolating at times, where you might be operating in a little bit of a bubble. And Food Social is really meant to be something that helps brands be part of the community too.
Yeah, I think that's where we are different. We're not opposed to linking arms and working together and lifting each other up. And that's just not all normal, in the social arena as much. And so I think it's monumental that we can support and help each other, because it's, navigating all the things is a lot. And so the more we can learn and from each other and support will help us in spades down the road. So.
Put a couple other sort of questions in the chat, things that y'all can chew on and answer, either in the chat or if you want to volunteer to talk. But basically, what can we do to make this a better home for us in these shifting sort of environments?
Yeah, and if you don't feel comfortable talking, you can email any of us. Don't if you feel like but we're all ears. We're
I was
building this together. So go ahead. Sorry.
no problem. I was interested, like as a brand owner, have you guys ever entertained the idea of like brand partnerships in Food Social? Like, for example, partner like brand A with brand B, so you create certain recipes as a perfect match, something like that. That will also, and encourage the partnerships between brands and creators. Just some food for thought.
Yeah, I think that's like right at the cusp of what we're trying to accomplish with our multi-brand campaigns and figuring out like where we really are the best fit for brands and how we can continue to support each brand's goals individually, because I think there really is a lot of magic in bringing brands together in that way. And as you can kind of see from these campaigns, as Michelle was mentioning, we took a 1-year-old brand and a 25-plus-year-old brand, and the products were so different. One was a meat company and the other was a jam company, and having creators put these products together in recipes really helped with kind of like that cross promotion and helping show how you can share products across recipes from different types of brands. So definitely something that is top of mind for us and how we can continue to bring brands and creators together. It's definitely not the first time that we've heard something like that, or brands wanting to work with creators or create certain products that are a little bit special, like Michelle's collab with Michelle. So always top of mind and something that we can continue to think about. But I will say, if there's ever a specific brand that you want to connect with, that you want to network with, that you want to get to know, Michelle and I and Bill and everybody here, we're happy to help facilitate some conversations so that you can start building those relationships. And any way that we can continue to support anybody in our community, we're happy to do so. And that's really like what makes me happy. And I think Michelle too, at the end of the day is.
Yeah, because we know every brand is different and we want to meet you where you're at. So if you have something in mind that you think, oh, I'd like it to look this way, let us know. Let's talk about it. In fact, Taylor is on here she helps with marketing for Garden Goddess. I'm just going to throw that out there. We're working on something really unique with her. She proposed an idea and we're like, yeah, let's talk about that. And so Bill and I had a great call with her yesterday, and so we want to listen and we want to know what's going to be that secret sauce to keep it food punny, the secret sauce for your brand and how we can do that and what it might look like. And it looks like Taylor's driving, so sorry to put you on the spot, but I'm just, I just, that's what I wanted to bring that out, because she reached out and said, what about this? And we're like, yeah, what about that? And so we're happy to try new things in whatever way it might make sense for you. So
More details coming soon on that.
yes, please stay tuned. We will know more in a few weeks. Oh, good, Taylor. That's good.
Well, if you ever have any comments or thoughts on what we've shared, or you have something you want to help guide the direction of Food Social, we're always all ears. So you can reach us via email. It's just first name at foodsocial.io. If you're not a part of our Slack workspace, you should join that. And let us know what we can help build together to make collaboration in the food space possible. We're just so appreciative that you all made time out of your day to come and show up and give us your thoughts and think about this and participate and be a part of Food Social. And we do this every Friday, not so orchestrated, but we have happy hours every Friday, which you're welcome to join. They're low key and a nice way to share what's going on with you, hear what's going on with everybody else, and very much spirit of community with what we're building. So we do those Fridays at 1 p.m. And if not, we'll have our next town hall sometime in the fall, probably around October. And thanks everybody for joining today. Hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks so much, everyone. Great to see you all.
Yeah, thanks for joining. It's been awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.